Hi everyone and welcome back to the Creative Conversation. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you might notice we're not in our usual room and I am not with a woman in business. This is our dining room and this is my husband Chris. So I have asked Chris to come on as the last guest of the first series of the podcast. I listened to Pod Muse, which is Odd Muse's podcast, for an episode just chatting about what he saw behind the scenes of her building the business, and I actually thought it was really interesting. So I thought it would be good to bring Chris on because owning a business is obviously a huge part of my life. It does have its good and bad effects on people around me. So as an example, last night was a Saturday and I worked until like 11 o'clock.
Something like that.
So yeah, it can affect everyone around me. So let's start with, can you describe what I do as a job?
I think so. So I always say that it's like, oh, you build websites and stuff, but it's the marketing behind businesses, like local businesses, and it's the Instagram posts, and some of it's websites. And is that a good description? Probably not, as that's a long-winded description.
No, I think that's quite good because I started with that question because I feel like everybody, well, especially my family, are like, I don't know what you do. What's your job?
Like,
but I feel like you do kind of know.
When people in my work ask, like, the easier answer is, like, when I say it's like, oh, Danny's self-employed, and they go, oh, what does she do? And like, it's easy just to go, she builds a website. Because then I don't need to go
But more recently, the websites have been actually quite a small part of what we do, but it is mainly more the social media.
But I work with like a load of older guys.
Yeah.
And if I say to them, oh, she'll create Instagram posts for businesses, they'll be like, what?
Yeah. And people say as well a lot, like if I say, oh, I do social media for small businesses, they'll be like, what do you mean? Yeah. And then I'm like, so the posts that you see from brands, somebody creates that behind the scenes. Because
they'll just think of it as, like, if they have Instagram or something like that. I mean, I've only got Instagram, so that's all I can go by, but you create your own post and it takes 2 minutes. And it's nothing that needs to sell anything, it's just that, here's what I can do. Yeah. So they don't get that you would hire somebody to do that because the people that you create a post for are also running a business as well. Yeah. Like, I haven't got the time for that. Yeah. And you know what you're doing. Or I hope you do.
Well, yeah. Okay, so if you've kind of maybe already answered this, but like, obviously my title now is like founder, but do you know what any of my job titles have been like in the past?
GC related?
No, like when I've worked in marketing before.
No.
So I just had to put what would my job title be in your own words. So yeah, what would my job title be like for GC?
Yeah, I should go by a bit in the digital marketing.
Yeah, when I first left, well, when I first met you, I would have been a digital marketing, or not, was I in working in the brand at that point? Yeah, I've been a digital marketing assistant before.
Yeah.
And then when I worked in the oil industry, I think it was brand and communications officer or something like that.
I've never got that.
Do you remember where we were when I first started GC's Instagram?
Where we were?
Yep.
A specific place?
Yep.
Oh, it's got to be somewhere special then, is it? It's got to be... So what, 5 years this year?
No, but I was before that. 5 years self-employed this year.
Oh. I reckon we were in Edinburgh? No.
We were in Oslo.
Oh, so I know that was going to be my second night. That was going to be my second night.
So we went to Oslo December 2018. And I had been doing Fern and Palace Beauty's social media since October, so a couple of months. And then I decided, well, I might as well make my own profile to see like what business had came in. I hadn't really decided at all at that point. that I wanted to go self-employed, I actually remember somebody that I worked with when I made the profiles asking me, oh, is that you about to leave and have your own business? And I said at that time, no, I can't be bothered chasing money. And now I do that a lot. So, but yeah, we were in Oslo and I made it. I might even add the logo in to this. It's horrendous, actually. I think about it all the time. But I thought it was good at the time. But yeah, we were in Oslo airport waiting to fly home, and I was like, right, let's just do it.
I should have known.
Okay, so I've spoke about on GC's stuff quite a lot, like how I went self-employed. I obviously done this as a side hustle and then it became my full-time job. How hard was it to be around me when I was working and doing the business?
Oh, Christ. Yeah, nah, it's not. Well, I mean, yeah, it was tough to be around because you're quite a stress head anyway. But at that time, yeah, it was quite stressy. But understandably, I mean, who wants to work a full time job and then do that at night as well? So, yeah, pretty difficult.
Yeah. Do you remember you must have been on night shift, or I think you just finished night shift in the old house, and I was trying because people would just get in touch with me like, Danny, could you help me with this? And I would say yeah or no, or 90% of the time I would say yeah, because at the start you're just trying to bring money in. But I was still working at this point, and I realised that people didn't actually know what it was that I did. So we've obviously spoke about people that know my job title, but also customers not knowing what it was that I do. So I tried to put together this like service guide, and I was stressed out of my box. I was trying to launch a website, put together this PDF full of all these services that I don't even do anymore. I was just trying to cover everything, and you sat and typed it out. Do you not remember that?
I can't remember that.
Because I was like, I honestly need a break. I was finishing my job, well, at lunchtime, and then I was like, you said, right, give me your laptop and I'll type it. Because I'd obviously scribbled down notes of what I was going to put in each bit.
I vaguely remember that, actually.
And I think I've got a picture somewhere of you typing, like, basically what I'd scribbled down on a notebook.
Is that when we had the dining table in the corner of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't think you were. I think you were sitting on the corner sofa. You were just typing it, trying to help out.
I do vaguely remember that, yeah.
Because I suppose in this job, like people always say, if I've got a lot on my plate, you will say, "Is there anything I could do to help?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, no, because you can't create a post or
start doing somebody's business."
Okay. Do you remember when I handed in my notice?
No. Again, was it a specific date or a place?
Mm-mm.
You know what? Doesn't matter. I don't remember that.
Well, I was really overwhelmed, and then I was about to take time off. It was in 2020 and we were going to go to Rome for your 30th.
Mm-hmm.
But I had also, like, we weren't just off for that time, I think we were off for like 10 days or something. And then I was like, right, I'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll feel better after a break. And then I remember sitting down in the living room, like the old living room, and just feeling so overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
And I went on the Teams call with my manager and was like, I can't do this anymore. I handed my notice. And I remember texting you, and you were like, you could have done it when we were on holiday and we could have celebrated.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. But no, I can't. I wouldn't have remembered that, to be fair.
I handed in my notice,
mm-hmm.
And then when did Greene Creatives become my actual job? You do know this. Because I worked a while on my notice.
I do know this?
Yeah, you've got it in your calendar.
Oh, yeah, I do. So it's... can I look at my calendar?
If
Because I don't know it off by heart.
You've got the month right. I'm sure it
was. So October 30th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like when I finished, and then I was fully self-employed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they were just like fun questions to get you started.
Fun questions?
But how would you describe, like, what is it actually like to be married to someone that runs their own business?
It's good. It's not, obviously there's highs and lows of it. Runs their own business. I mean, it's cool. There's a sense of pride from my side if somebody asks, I'm not just going about going, oh, my wife's self-employed. But if somebody asks, like it actually happened in work the other day, I can't remember what it was about, but somebody was saying, oh, I should need to take time off or something like that. And I was like, oh no, she's self-employed, she can decide her own hours. So there's a kind of like, she's self-employed.
Yeah.
But the flip of that is obviously you work a lot at night. Now that doesn't affect us too much because we usually sit in the same room when you're working anyway, and we can never agree on what to watch. Anyway, so
That's true.
actually works out pretty well. So yeah, there's good and bad. It depends on what kind of person you are that's dealing with the.
Yeah, you're
like,
quite like, you don't need me to do stuff with you all
No.
the time. I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm going to need to work tonight. Or like, even if I'm not with Chris and he's at work and I text saying I'm going to need to work late tonight, you're like, okay, that's fine. But I don't know if it's like me making myself feel better about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you are very like independent, so you just do your own thing, and then when I'm ready
Yeah.
to go or do something, we
Yeah.
do it.
Like even today, also you've got a big list of things that you need to do. I don't, because my weekend, like obviously I'm 9 to 5 during the week. So when you're like, when do you want to do the podcast? I'm like, this is on your schedule.
I know, but that stresses me out because I'd rather you pick the time and then I work to it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. No, I get that. I know I am a stress head, and a lot of the time it would be hard to be around. You're very good at leaving your work at work, whereas I need to vent. Like if I feel like something's on my plate, doesn't even matter if it's work actually, like I'm very much, if I say a problem that I've got, it's very much a problem halved.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, like at work, yeah, you're right. I can leave work when I finish, but that's because I work in a team. Well, my close team is another 3 guys, and then there's slightly bigger than that, and it's maybe like another 7 guys.
So just to explain the difference, Chris works for a massive company. In the oil industry. I've only done that once in my life, and I took really bad because I went from a really small team to that, and then obviously you've always worked in something like that.
Yeah.
So you've, not that you're a number, but
Yeah.
you've never really been part of like a team up.
No, like if I
and on the business on a whole.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So I can vent at work to other guys that are on my level.
Yeah.
Just go, oh, this is a nightmare. They're doing this and stuff like that. And I say that they're doing this, like the faceless they.
Yeah.
Whereas you can't.
No.
This is your business. So I think I would be the same if I owned a business, but I can't see me ever own a business. I'm too.
No. I always remember you saying to me that you don't have the, what is that, like the drive, you just couldn't do it.
Yes, like I don't know if I was passionate about something.
You do have drive because you're so good at like sticking to the gym, whereas I just go to the gym because I feel like I need to. You actually enjoy it.
Like let's say I was a PT, I would probably be passionate about it. But so you're obviously passionate about what you do. You did it at uni and stuff like that, so you know the game. I think when we've talked about it before, it's like maybe it's because I'm putting it in the context of the business that you do. So I'm like, oh, I don't know how, because I have no idea.
Yeah.
What the ins and outs of it are really.
But like, so as an example, yesterday I had a really busy day. Had my nieces, had to pick my papa up, like just a family orientated day. And we got in at like 4:00, had tea. Like obviously I had tea, and then I was like nodding off on the couch, and he kept waking me up like, Danny, do you not have work to do? Not that he makes me do stuff, but I had said, oh, I need to do work tonight, and then eventually once I opened my laptop it was like 7:15, and then I worked for like 4 hours to get stuff done. You would never do that.
No. But so that's why I was like saying, it's like, oh, you got, because I thought the earlier you start this, the earlier you finish. But then chances are the way you would have just kept going till you would have finished at the same time anyway. Okay,
so did you know what you were getting into when I started Greene Creatives?
No, because it was just it was your thing. It's like, if you do this, and if it goes this way or that way, then we'll deal with it. So did I not? No, because I've never really been. I mean, nobody in my family's self-employed, are they? No.
Were you like worried at all when I said, right, I'm going to do this about like obviously paying the bills and stuff?
No. Well, not no.
You would
But
never have told me if you weren't.
nah, probably not. But because I know the type of person you are, like, we don't jump into things feet first without planning ahead. Like, we were like, right, okay, and then if this happens, then at least we can do that. I can maybe do overtime, stuff like that. So it wasn't like you were just like, oh, I've had my notice, let's see how this goes. It was like, right, okay, we'll think about it and we'll do
And I
this,
saved
stuff
up
like
a
that.
buffer, like
Yeah.
had like 3 months of my share of the bills just in case the business disappeared. But I'd also, because I'd been doing it for 2 years, built up a wait list.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't just leave my full-time job straight away. I did part-time when I was working my notice for them and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't, it wasn't like a spur of the moment, let's go self-employed. It was like, we planned for it.
What do you think is the biggest adjustment you've had to make?
With you going self-employed?
Yeah, like running the business.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of before, when you're working like a 9 to 5, but then you were doing GC at the end.
Yeah, to be fair, when we got together, I hadn't started GC, but it wasn't long into it that our relationship that I started it.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, it wasn't as big. I was literally just doing ferns, and then it just built up.
Yeah. So there's not much of an adjustment, really. I guess the only adjustment from me, or what I've got to think about, is like, so let's say you've got a client that's still to pay their invoice, stuff like that. So I've got to be like, right, okay, I can cover your side of the bills, and then that invoice will come in. So I've got to think about, right, either I get paid enough, or I was like, right, okay, for this month I'll do this much overtime, that'll cover that, and then we've got that. So that for my end, or doing what I've got to do, that's probably the only real adjustment.
Yeah.
Apart from, like I say, you working late, that's an adjustment, but that's kind of pure thing. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Be here either way.
Okay. Oh, right. What is the most random thing you've had to do to help me? Like, if I've asked you to do to help with the business?
Aside from being on a podcast on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, this is probably quite the most random.
Probably is. I don't think there's anything. I mean, what do I actually help with? Occasionally, you ask me for help with like music choices and stuff.
Yeah, when it comes to Kerry stuff, because I'm not into music really, so you do help with that.
I don't know about random. I'm trying to think if there was anything I've had to do. I mean, sometimes I have to film you when we're places and stuff like that, and I'm like, that's way out of my comfort zone. Like, what? Like being in a crowd of people and filming somebody, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
So, but I can't think of a specific occasion where I've done that, and I'm like, oh, this is awkward. So yeah, probably being on a podcast on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, I could take that. Have you ever wished I had a normal job?
No, not really. Like, no, because it's your thing. It's like it's yours. You know what I mean? If you had a normal job, I mean, I saw what you were like working before, at your 9 to 5 before you went full time with GC, and you didn't like it. And well, when we got together, where you were working, I think you kind of enjoyed, because you knew that it was a close, small team and stuff. You knew them and stuff. So, nah, because I think even if I think about it now, which I've never ever thought about, because you liked it, the small team and stuff like that, and you knew the owner and stuff like that.
I knew I was building something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you went to this, just you're like you say, it's just a number.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're nah, I don't. I think you're better doing this than just being.
I think I couldn't just go in, clock in, do my job and clock out. I feel like I've always got to be passionate about what I'm doing. Like, even if I didn't do Greene Creatives for the rest of my working life, I would need to be doing something that gave me purpose as such.
Yeah.
Like, even when if I've went through stuff in my personal life, I've learnt that this isn't actually always a good thing, but the buzz I get from like making something happen in my work or getting feedback or whatever, it really does keep me going.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't rely on that, and I've learnt that over the past year. But I've always been like that. I've always been quite an independent learner. Like, I think that's how I did like well at school. At uni, I remember my uni friends when I started Greene Creatives being like, oh, I'm not surprised that you do that, because we would get an assignment and it would be during like 4 weeks and I would get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would wait till the night before.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I've always had that in me to be working on something.
Yeah.
And like this podcast is an example of that. Like, I could just easily continue to just be like building the agency that we're doing just now. I don't need this on top of my workload, but I feel like it's important because I want other people that are building something to have a resource, but also I want to start to build my personal brand.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I basically feel like I'm always building something.
Yeah. That's pretty. I'm going to say I am biased, obviously, because we're married, but it is admirable because you could just do GC and then that's it. It's like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's it. But then adding a podcast on.
And I feel like there's so many people that do social media and that now, which is great because it makes it more accessible to businesses that maybe don't have the budget to work with us now, because we've obviously grown. But that's why I want to do stuff like this, to give people always some sort of resource to help them, but also to make us different. Like, this isn't something I'm going to give up next year, or that, like, I want to help people. That's it. Okay, what is the weirdest, or again, you're probably going to say this podcast, or most unexpected part of being married to a business owner?
Unexpected part. The weird. Well, I suppose. I mean, this is pretty weird, but like you can just you don't do it on the fly, but it's like the other week or the other month, you're like, oh, I need to go see a client up in Isla. And it's like, you need to go and drive it in and fly up there and stuff like that. So it's like, you're like, going to do that for a day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right. And then you're back the same day. So I'm like, I'm at work, I just go to work, 20 minutes up the road, back again.
Yeah.
And you're like away on flights and everything like that for a day and then back again.
Yeah.
That's obviously a one-off. That's a rarity, but that was pretty random.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have travelled like the past year or so. GC's took me places, which is amazing, obviously. But yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
That was literally a day.
Yeah, like you get to go and do these things, and I get to go to Alberove every day.
Okay. Do you feel like the business has ever impacted our relationship, good or bad?
Not really. Only on like a very small scale every now and again. Like if you're stressing out, like maybe if you're stressing out and I'm already maybe a bit stressed, then we just butt heads and stuff like that.
But I can be quite selfish in that way, that I'm like, well, my stress is more important because this is my business and everything falls on my head, and it's weird, and I wonder if Neve and Amy will think this watching this back, because I'm always like to them, no, like, you never have to feel stress, it's my stress. Do you know what I mean? Like, I take on their stress. They obviously do know when I'm stressed.
Yeah.
But I never want them to feel stressed, but I do feel stressed a lot of the time behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And then in our relationship, I just always think that trumps your stress.
Yeah.
Which isn't good, and I need to think
no, that's
more
not
of that.
Yeah, so it's stuff like, so filling the backfill, like if you're working late, I get it later on, but it doesn't at the time. I'm still like, I shouldn't be doing this, and it's stuff like getting in from work, or going to the gym after work. So I'm getting in at maybe like 7:00, and there's dishes needing done, or a wash is needing hung up, or something like that, and you're still working. It's kind of like I get in and I'm like, well, why am I here to do this? But it's not like you're just sitting sleeping,
No.
Or sitting watching TV or something.
I never sit and watch TV.
No. So at the time, I'm like, there is that's
Yeah.
a conflict in the relationship.
We do. We do, but it's yeah.
All the time. Like, yeah, even like a Saturday or a Sunday clean, or like, we need to deal with this because we're not
Yeah.
good at doing that together.
But my head is, I don't have time to do the dishes, but I do it. Just need to do it for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, not to turn the podcast into a relationship podcast, but if you just spent 30 seconds doing your dishes,
They wouldn't pile up.
they'd be done.
But yeah, I do feel like sometimes, and like, I am not old fashioned at all, so, but I do feel like sometimes the roles are reversed. Like,
oh yeah, like
I'm not saying that I do work more than you.
No, you do.
So sometimes you do pick up the slack in the house. You pick up the slack when I'm like too busy. Obviously, Owen's 15 now, but then I pick up the slack as well because I can do a lot more for Owen because I can fit my own hours.
Like taking up
if you're at work, so I
yeah.
take do the school runs and stuff like that. But no, I do feel the dishes chat. And no, I just thought as well, like there's times when we go on holiday. We were just in Ireland a few weeks ago and we were flying, I think that's when we were flying home, and I was like, right, I'm just going to look at my emails, and you were just sitting in silence in the airport and I'm checking my emails. And or we went to Florida a couple of years ago with our son Owen and we were in Disney, I think it was no, we didn't go to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and Neve needed help with something and I had to do it. I couldn't leave her. So we were watching the Lion King show, I think it was wait to start, and I'm trying to download an app to give Neve a code to get into something that's in Florida. But I had to do it. It falls on me. What had happened was my phone hadn't backed up properly when I got a new phone. And I remember when there was like the tornado warning or the...
Oh yeah, in the hotel.
And I was kind of glad because it gave us like a morning in the hotel and I had to sort this for Neve. So it does impact our lives a lot like that.
Yeah, and you could either, being the partner of that, you could either kick off about it and say, well, what are you doing, we're on holiday. But I know you don't do things just because you're like, oh, I'll just do this. It was like, it needed done. Yeah. So I'm like, right, okay, she's doing that. No,
and then like, I don't usually take the laptop places. We've also been in Spain with friends and the kids, and I had to go and fix something. But I don't ever usually take my laptop or my work phone on holiday. But when we went to Florida, because it was for 2 weeks, I did do it.
Yeah.
And because we're on like a different time zone and stuff. I didn't do it to like go and sit and do work, but it's for emergencies like that. Okay, so how has it impacted our relationship in a good way?
I mean, we've got both got good incomes, so we can have like there's a nice house. We've both got a car each. If we're not like other than financially, I'm like, I don't actually know. I mean, you get to do cool things, and there's benefits with that. Like you get to know there's cool local businesses, yeah, stuff like that. So like obviously a client of yours is Kerry Aldo, and then she's got cool clothes, and then we could actually go to the studio and see Kerry and stuff like that. So as a clothes side, anyway.
Yeah, I suppose it's gave us opportunities that we would never have if I was in like a 9-to-5 job. Obviously there's stressful sides of being self-employed, the financial part, but there's also good sides. So I could take money out of the business. You just get paid 12 times a year.
Yeah.
So that helped us a lot when like booking big holidays or doing the house up. And it's like, okay, I could take money out of this, then we put it back and things like that.
There's also like, because me, like right now, my holidays reset in work. My holidays reset end of April every year. Is that right? No, the end of March every year.
Yeah, for April.
And that's we just now only got a week left, which we're going to be using. So I've got nothing. I've got no holidays left. Where you, if need be, I know that it's because you're self-employed, so you take as minimal holidays as you can. But in an emergency, he'd be like, I'm just, right, okay, I'll do this that day.
Yeah.
Whereas I have to go and clear it with the work. I need to get home and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, if Owen needed something, I could be like,
Yeah.
I could just do it if you don't have any
Like,
holidays.
Yeah, once I'm out of holidays,
That's it.
I don't get paid. If I
Yeah.
need a day off, I don't get paid. Although, I know, I mean, the flip is that you're not getting paid either, I guess. But you can decide whenever you want. And
Yeah.
if you don't want it, you don't get paid. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely good and bad things. It's definitely helped us build the life that we've got.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, that's because we are together. I wouldn't have built this without you.
Yeah. So,
Your
yeah.
wage as well. How do you support me, or what do you do when you know I'm stressed or burnt out?
Leave you alone. I think, I don't know. Well, it's stuff like doing stuff around the house, or when you've got your list, like you've got a list right now in your book, and you were writing it out and you spoke it out loud, and I was like, ah, right, okay, I can do that. I didn't say it, and I was like, ah, right, okay, I'll be able to help out with that. I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. Like air in your tire in your can, like
Yeah.
I'll do that. So that's
I want to see you do it though, because I do want to know, but I just can't remember from the last thing.
how to put air in the tire.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so stuff like that. That's the way I help out. I don't make a song and dance about it though.
No,
I'll just
don't.
do it.
No.
Really.
Yeah.
I'll say, is there anything you want me to do?
How
Nine
do
times out of 10.
How do you know, even if I've not said that I am, what are the signs of when I'm stressed and burnt out?
Mm-hmm. You're kind of hyper focused on like your laptop or your phone, and if I say something like, I don't know, oh, it's raining outside, and you get no response, I'm like, yeah, she's probably getting a wee bit stressed here, or
Oh, well, if you do that, I'll go, wait, what did you say?
yeah, or like it's nothing that needs. I'll just say something that doesn't need done right now. Let's say you're on the laptop and you're stressing about something that a post has failed or something like that. Which I hear that's like this post has no went out. And now because I know that now, I'm like, ah, right, don't feed her anything because that you're just going to get grilled at. But like I could say, oh man, we need to do a food shop later on, and you're like, I guess I know, Chris. And I'm like, ah, right, okay, what I'll do is I'll go out there and you can go in.
But I feel like even though I am hyper focused, I keep on top of everything else that we do need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say to me, oh, we need to do a food shop, I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
but I need to sort this.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're very much you're not one that like shouts about your feelings, but you do stuff like, what is it, like acts of love. That's what you do. So like you built me an office and house, or I'll be had my nieces on Friday night for a sleepover, and I had a few dishes to do in the sink, and I think I sorted them in their beds, and then I came back to the kitchen and my dishes were gone, like that I'd left and you'd done them and stuff like that. So yeah, you do help out.
A show don't tell mentality.
Yes. But then people do say actions speak louder.
Well, there you are.
So there you go. What do you think the hardest moment for us as a couple has been, but when I've been building this?
I don't know, like anything difficult, man, like a difficult point.
I remember, and this is quite raw, but I remember when I was still working full time, and like I can't remember if I'd handed my notice, but then you were basically I remember you and my mum saying, you're going to need to do this because you are unbearable to be, not unbearable, but it's getting hard to be around. Like, yeah.
Started trying my unbearable.
And then you basically said to me, I must have been stressing about something, and you basically said to me, so what is this going to be like when you're self-employed? Because you kind of keep stressing about.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that being like, oh yeah, he's got a point. Like, what? So this is just going to be the way you are for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like, obviously, I do still have my moments, but hopefully, I manage it better.
Yeah.
From when on?
I don't know. It's they're either massive and few, or they're small and all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do. That sticks in my head of me being like, okay, I need to work on how I'm managing this because, yeah, I suppose it's. See, at the end of the day, and I say this to the girls on the team, I'm not a heart surgeon. They're not a heart surgeon, so if a post doesn't go out or we make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. And it's trying to tell myself that. But it's hard when you've a lot of people depending on you.
Yeah. See, I'm lucky that you've got a close group of friends that, and like some of them are self-employed, so you can go to them and they'll understand. So, like if you're stressing about something that is to do with being self-employed, I don't know what, and I'm like, I have no idea how to relate to this. You've got them, and your group of pals are quite supportive anyway.
They are.
So you do have them. They kind of take a lot of the burden off of me because I have no idea what to say to you when you're in the thick of something.
I like my group of friends have been my friends in school, and we are all really close. And I'm very much wearing my heart on my sleeve type of person, so I do lean on them quite a lot. But yeah, and I feel like obviously I've been going to therapy for the past year and a bit. I think that's helped a lot as well, like having someone neutral to like vent to, and also giving us like coping mechanisms with stuff. What is something you wish people understood more about being the partner of someone with a business?
Not all sunshine and rainbows.
Well, I was just thinking in my head, I think people all think, oh, like the money side of it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, like.
But that is a minuscule part of it.
Yeah, like a lot. Like I say, when I speak to
and it's not like it's a multi-million-pound business either. No.
Yeah, when I speak to guys in the work, and they don't get it really. But if it comes up in conversation that you're self-employed, their immediate reaction is like, oh, like must make a mint. It's not like that at all. Yeah, it's just basically that it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Although people really think it would be. I don't know. I've never really thought about what do people think this life is like.
I think people do. I assume like money would be fine and like the freedom that I've got as well. But I think the point of that question was, I worked until 11 o'clock last night.
Yeah. So I guess, but then that's more whether what it's like to be a partner. Yeah, you've got to. If there is a partner out there and their partner is going self-employed, they might think, oh, I'm going to have loads of free time, or we'll have all this free time. It's not like that at all.
No.
It's
like when you think about it, your Saturday night and day yesterday revolved around what I was doing.
Yeah. Which is
not that it didn't need to. You could have went and done something. Yeah. But like, yeah.
But that's
sometimes you do need to take a back seat because I've just got to focus on it.
Yeah, and I'm very comfortable doing that.
What is something you're proud of me for that I maybe don't hear enough?
You don't hear enough.
Or like, what are you proud of me?
I mean, you've built a business. You now employ 2 people. Like you've got employees. I mean, when you started, that seemed like it was decades of, and then before you know it was big enough that you could start employing people. So it's like that's pretty cool. And you know what? You're a good employer. So far anyway, you're a good employer. Like obviously I mean, I've never worked for somebody that's owned a business. No, that's not true. I have. But and they were, can I swear? They were arseholes. And they were like terrible bosses. They were looking to cut your wages in any way. Whereas, as far as I can tell from what you say anyway, you're very fair to the girls and stuff like that. And anytime they're needing anything, you're there. You're providing them with the right equipment that they need to do the job, and good equipment to do the job. Like you just got new phones recently. You should be proud that you're a good employer, not a corrupt employer or like one that's looking to take advantage of younger employees and stuff like that.
And that's something that actually comes up with us a lot. Like if I'm juggling cash flow and the business and stuff, I say to you all the time, the girls need paid before I do.
The priorities are paying the girls, and then whatever's left
I take what I can.
Yeah, which is good. A lot of employers out there will be like, right, I'll get mine, and then the rest. If I need to pay off people, then I need to pay off people. Obviously, I get that, but a lot of them are very greedy and stuff like that. But you're very much right. I've got my team. I'm going to look after this team.
Yeah, and I think that's because I learned a lot of that from my first job when I left uni. Like that was obviously a small business, and the owner of that company really looked after us, and I feel like if you treat your team well, they'll be good to you.
Yeah.
And I am proud of that myself, because when we were at uni, obviously I was at uni in Glasgow, I didn't think I was going to end up coming home to Dundee for a job, but I did. But in the marketing space, you always think you need to go to like Glasgow, Edinburgh, down south.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that I've gave girls opportunities here to work in this type of field.
Definitely.
What do you think has changed me since I started the business?
What's changed you?
Or like, what have you learned about me?
I don't know. You were, I mean, since the day you were very independent anyway when we met, and you're even more so now. Yeah. I don't know if I've learned anything about you from you going self-employed and starting GC. Well, that you've got the ability, the knowledge. Essentially, I'm giving myself a book here. That you could do something like this. Like a lot of people, I couldn't, and stuff like that.
I think on one of the guests that we've had on, they asked me, or I can't remember, I got asked, and it was like, what have you learned since becoming self-employed? One of the things I've learned is I am not scared to work hard.
No.
Like, I'm not scared of working hard at
Yeah.
all.
Like, so if you take it as, what have I learned about you since you met self? I mean, when we met, you worked for a business, and then you worked for a business after that. So you were just a worker, the same as everyone else and stuff like that. And then this started, and it was like, oh well, I mean, if you could do that, why not? And then now you are self-employed. So it's like, not a lot of people can do that. A lot of people try it and stuff like that, and that's great. But you, so far, are making it work, and it's only got bigger. Therefore, you must be doing something right.
Yeah, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
Has watching me build this business, not just building the business, but like what I do day to day, the content you see we create, the content, what you see me put into creatives content, has that changed the way you think of social media and marketing?
Yeah. Yeah, so like before, I mean, what I use social media for, like making a post of a photo, and or if I was looking at clothes or something like that, it's just, you never think about the background of it and what goes into it, and like you getting all these, I don't know the term, but all these photos, and you need to make a post, like your client's like, oh, like, can I get a post for this for the next month or the month after that? You don't think about it when you're scrolling through Instagram, like, aye, never. You just go, you don't think that somebody's had to sit and schedule it. It wasn't just on the fly. It's not like just that, oh yeah, that was a cool quote, I'll put this wee post and that's it. It's like, right, this gets scheduled, that gets scheduled, and software can muck up and it doesn't go out, and that's a whole thing. So, well, social media is just something, well, what I use is just scrolling nonsense. There's much more that goes on in the background that nobody really sees until they see it in the house on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. And that's like, I kind of knew that's what your answer was going to be, because anybody that I've had as part of the team have always said when they come and work for me, I cannot believe the amount of work that goes into this.
Yeah.
And it's good to speak about that openly, because I think even when people inquire with us, if they've not had a social media manager before or anyone helping them with their marketing, I don't think they do realise the amount of work that goes into it.
No, like there was me saying photos, and again, I'm only using, I suppose I see reels as well, but reels, the amount of times I come into your office and I see, like, I'll come in, I don't know, take my shoes off or whatever, and I'll see you're working on a reel, and I'll go and I'll make my tea or something like that, and then I come back in, I don't know, half an hour later, and you're still in that same reel, still editing it and stuff like that. It's like, so that takes time to get it to a good standard. It's not just me filming someone and going, there's a reel, banging on Instagram.
And then there's the music, the caption. If we do the stories for the client, how do we expand on that in the stories to get people to convert, etc.
Filming several takes of something and then using or editing the best one
Yeah,
together and
that
stuff like
sometimes
that.
that's what takes the most time. If we've went and filmed content, working through the content to see like, okay, this is what we could use. Okay, last question. If you could give someone whose partner is about to go self-employed or they're own their own business, what one piece of advice would you give them?
Be patient. If you've got patience, because I'm quite impatient.
I thought you said you were not patient.
My patience is constantly at its max. So if you're not patient, either learn to be patient or I don't know. That's pretty much it. Patience is the biggest thing. I know I'm impatient, but I'm kind of easygoing. Like if you're working all day or something, I'm
you're
not like
not
that.
at me all the time.
Yeah, I'm not like no, let's go and do this. We need to go and do this and stuff like that. So you need, as a partner, you need to be able to be your own independent person because there will be days where you need to go and run things for the house because your partners need to do something with their business, and that's fine. Either get on board with that and be fully invested and go, yeah, right, okay, you do that, you're doing that, I'll go and do this. So yeah, patience, and you need to manage independence. You can't be needy. Really. Oh, that's going by me anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I agree. Well, thank you.
That's okay.
For coming on and for all the nice things that you've said. I hope you have enjoyed this episode and this series. The next series that we're going to launch is going to be solo episodes with me based on questions that I've been asked from the Greene Creatives community. So thank you so much for tuning in, and if you have enjoyed this podcast or the series, please share it with business owners that you think would find it useful. Bye!